deal is working SaySo. Welcome back to Riich Media. We'll be giving you raw, real, most important uncut. Before we get to the conversation, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Check out the Twitch, watch and follow our channels. Hit the like button because we are on the road to 1K. More people on the like button, the faster we can get there. But you should title, should have thumbnail before we get into it. RP MO3, man. It's crazy. But like I said, you see the title, see the thumbnail. One of two men have been that's accused of taking MO3 out. Has been sentenced to 9 years. My only question is how, bro. Not really how, because apparently he pled guilty to the gun charge. I guess he wanted to. I mean, who would plead? Who? I mean, obviously, like I feel like in this case, it's like most cases, they don't have all the evidence. Cause even in that video that I'm quite sure that we all seen of MO3's tragic death. The guy had a mask on, so it's like you can't 100% say that it was him because he had a mask on in that clip. But if you can find out the car, them getting all the way to the freeway, because obviously MO3 had to see this. He had to see him somewhere in order for him. You know, they drove up on the freeway. Then MO3 hopped out the car and he ran. My whole thing, even thinking about that scenario, it's like, bro, like that's like kind of like mental torture right there. I don't even know if I can say that word right here, but that's like mental torture. You gotta think about it. Just like, you know, I'm quite sure a good majority of us have been chased by a dog. So put yourself in that scenario, and then increase that fear that you have from that dog. Because again, you don't know what that dog is gonna do to you. In that moment, he don't know if he gonna really take him out or if he gonna just put harm into him or harm on him. So you don't know what's gonna happen, but this increase that dog into a Thule and increase that fear 1,000 times more. That's what MO3 was going through in that moment. And for y'all to give this man 9 years, but again, they can only convict you on what they can prove. And obviously, they couldn't prove 100% what they needed to prove to give him the M, or to charge him with the M. You know, when I say M, you know what I'm talking about. But this is crazy. So if he I'm thinking in my mind, if he played guilty to the gun charges, they're gonna have to give the other person the M. You gotta charge them with the M because you can't charge both of them. I mean, you can charge both of them with the same case, but I mean, not the same case, but no, the same thing. But obviously, I'm hoping, especially for most of his family, you know, probably I believe he had kids and everything. I'm hoping for their sake, you know, for their want for justice, somebody got to be charged with the body. You can't let both of them go away off of nothing. But still, 9 years, 105 months. 105 months. Like, I'm still thinking about the moment on the freeway. Like that, like again, that is mental. I don't want to keep saying the word and then they flag my video. But y'all get what I'm saying. In that moment, like that is so much fear right there. Like for you to get out of your car. Because you had no choice. The freeway was packed. You get out your car, you get chased. This guy's running. He's literally running after you with his big rifle. And you lose your life. You bleed out on the freeway. On the freeway. Like, there's no good way for somebody to go out. People you know, most of us be like, oh, if I'm taking out in my sleep, that's more cool or whatever. But when you really think about it, none of that is cool. Nobody should have their life ended. We should all be able to grow old, and then, I don't want to say tragedy, but like, eventually pass away through natural cause. Now, I ain't talking about no natural sickness and none of that. I'm talking about like, your time was just done. Like, your body was worn out. It was your body, your mind, your heart, everything was tired. It needed some rest. And that rest was going to be a long rest. That, to me, is a good way to go. All the other stuff, none of that is cool. Because Even when it comes to a person that's on life support, mind you, at the end of the day, we are humans. We don't know what that person is feeling. If that person is feeling, if that person is thinking, if that person is remembering certain things in that moment, like in the moment of they're on their last bed. I'm gonna say last bed because I don't. It's 30 words you can't say on YouTube, man. But y'all get where I'm going with this. We don't know what that person is thinking. So like, even if for you to go hit the switch, you don't know. You don't know if that person was thinking something. You don't know if that person was having an out of body experience and they was sitting there looking at everybody. You don't know. We don't know. At the end of the day, humans, we guess. We guess. It's like somebody, a smart person, a guess. Like, oh, this is what it's supposed to be, and the rest of us just follow. That's really how life goes. We know really nothing about this earth, because every time they look around about something in history, they find out, oh, they was wrong about this. Oh, life has been going on longer than we thought. There was this other type of species of humans. Like, we don't know nothing. At the end of the day, we are not God, so we don't know. We ain't the person that created the earth. Even if we ain't finna go to that subject, but y'all get where I'm going. We don't know 100%. We don't know. Even when the smart people tell you that we know this for a fact. We know this for your fact, for the human fact. It's a still a 90% chance that we might be wrong about everything. Think about that, brother. But again, back to this case, back to MO3 RIP, man. Like I said, condolences to your family, your loved ones. But again, one of two men that's accused of ending his life has been sent to 105 months. That's still kind of crazy to me, dog. Even like I said though, in order for this to happen, in my opinion, they couldn't have 100% evidence, because if they did, it should be no deals, bro, no deals. But hey, when you don't have 100%, they gotta offer you deals. That's how, like, I believe that's how it goes. In my opinion, that's how it goes. If you got 100% of the evidence of what somebody just did, it's no deal. But if it's a deal when you don't have 100%, or you need them to snitch, or it's something messy. It ain't all whole to where no deal. Give him L done. But it's still crazy, man. So when they bring the second person, I guess charge them. I'll give you an update. Make sure you like and subscribe. Catch you on the next video.